great night, everybody, for Angels Baseball. Angels Baseball is presented by Hyundai. As your Halos are taking on the New York Mets, and it's going to be an absolute packed house, a sellout, tremendous giveaway. Everybody getting bomber jackets. The New York Mets are in town. Day off yesterday for the Halos, looking to bounce back and take it to the Metropolitans. And welcome, everybody, to Angels Baseball, and welcome officially to Angels Broadcast Television. New network, same channel, same familiar faces, and all of us extremely excited to bring you Halo Baseball on ABTV. And we got you covered. You know why? Because we got this guy, Mark Gubicza. Gooby, listen, a chance right now for the Angels to do some damage here at home.
Patio, how about that picture there? The beautiful skies after all that rain and rain delays on that last road trip. That road trip is in the rear view mirror. Back here at home, hope we'll be able to put it all together and start winning some baseball. And it all starts here tonight.
Here we go, May 1st. Give me the top storylines for this team. So far, it's got a lead with Mike Trout.
Oh, Patio, I mean, Mike Trout looks like vintage Mike Trout. MVP like Mike Trout. Back in center field, and I firmly believe once he said that in spring training, he was going to be comfortable back in center field. He's all of a sudden taking off a .999 OPS, which is 6th best in Major League Baseball. The 10 home runs, really, when you think about it with Mike Trout, it could easily be 15 to 16 home runs. 5 stolen bases already, and you talk about that little step back and then direct to the baseball, and that baseball has been crushed consistently for him.
So good for the game to have Trouty back, but how about this story, Jose Soriano?
And by the way, that is a legit number on there, 0.84 ERA, tops in Major League Baseball, 5-1. That devastating knuckle curve splitter, still throwing 97, 99 with his sinker and four-seamer. He's been as good as anybody in all of baseball.
I think it's important also that we show some love for the glove that belongs to Joe Adell.
Joe Adell had one of the best games, and according to even Ken Griffey Jr., the best defensive game he's ever seen, and he's been around. He's in the Hall of Fame. Not 1, not 2, but 3 going into the stands, and that was a 1-0 victory. He saved 3 runs. That last one was an epic one we're going to talk about for a long, long time.
All right, so you got the Metropolitans in town. It is time to meet the mess that is New York. Man, they are struggling. I know the Angels had a tough road trip, but this team is really hurt.
Yeah, they really have struggled. I mean, but they're still a team you expect at some point they're going to turn around. Hopefully that won't be for 3 more days. But, you know, they had a 12-game losing streak, 6th longest in franchise history. Just 10-21. They're not swinging the bats well. Lindor's not in there right now. Juan Soto is right now. So they're still capable with Bo Bichette and a few other guys that swinging the bat.
But Mr. and Mrs. Met look good in the picture. But I tell you what, don't pitch to this guy, Juan Soto.
No, you got to let somebody else be. When you think about what he's done already, no OPS over 1,000. But for whatever reason, the Halos have pitched him extremely well. So throughout his career, just a 182 batting average. But that being said, he likes to walk. I let him walk some more.
Well, listen, Juan Soto, one of the great stars in the game, and we've got Mike Trout, who is back to his true form, fired up for this one. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go, Patio. I know you are.
Oh, 100%. You know me. I'm ready. It's a Friday, and it's going to be May. Coming up.
Way to go. You're in sync.
Angels and the Mets, always in sync next to you, pal. By Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. By Jack in the Box, Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. And by 714 Tickets, download the app and earn 5% cash back. There is Walbert Urania getting set as we are fired up for the opener of this 3-game set versus the New York Mets for your Halos. Just looking around, Gooby, at the crowd. We got a sellout here tonight. Let's bring the energy, and let's find a way to get that done.
Just to get back at home here. And the guys all got together last night. They watched that incredible victory for the Ducks to advance against Edmonton. So, I mean, I think this being around each other on an off day like that, this brings that energy to the ballpark. You can see it in the dugout all afternoon, and hopefully carries into the game here.
And making his third start is Walbert Urania. And you look at the start he had versus the Padres, where he went 6, allowing 2. Fantastic. But in the last outing in KC, certainly a lot of traffic, 11 base runners, only went 3 2/3. How does he bounce back?
He's throwing a lot more strikes with his sinker. When he does that, that sets up that changeup so well. My go-tos for him to be successful tonight versus the Mets, and you got to have that solid sinker, changeup, combination, 8 punch-outs between the two. But use that sweeper versus right-handed hitters, because that's the one thing. You need something going a different direction instead of sinker that runs in and then sinks in on the changeup. The right-hand batters in a way against lefty. Just a different look with that sweeper going the other side of the plate.
Well, that opponent batting average 300, but really it's been that sinker sweeper that has been getting hit. And tell you what, the changeup and the four-seamer have been outstanding. So a lot of injuries for the Mets, but they do have Bo Bichette. He has struggled, but he is still Bo Bichette. Juan Soto is in left for the first time since injuring that calf. And then it's Melendez, Alvarez, Beatty, Simeon, Benj, Taylor, and Mauricio for Carlos Mendoza. By the way, just got the... Well, what do you say when the president of baseball operations, David Stearns, gives you that vote of confidence? Then sometimes that goes one way or the other.
Yeah, I think as a manager, all you care about is getting wins. And you're not worried about getting that, hey, you're doing a great job. We're confident in you. You just want wins. And the defense behind Urania tonight, again, I think he's going to get back to pounding that strike zone. You got Lowe in left, Trout, Adele in the right field, so solid in the outfield. In the infield, Moncada at third, Neto, Frazier, Shonowell, Darno behind the plate. And for me, Shonowell has been really solid at first base. There's going to get a lot of action, especially there with the left-handed batters, especially that changeup. If they're out in front, they're going to pull the ball that way. He's already been pretty solid, 996 at fielding percentage, 15 double plays turned. So he's going to be busy at first base. It's like with the lefty with Detmers tomorrow at third base, you're going to get a lot of action over there.
Well, the New York Mets have the worst record of baseball right now at 10-21. And you look at the Angels at 12-20, losing 6 in a row, all on the road. It's not like they played terrible baseball. Certainly the back end of the bullpen, that's where they got to improve.
Well, if you look at, if you want to be realistic with their numbers, they should at least have had 17 wins. Yeah, but you know what? That's baseball. You got to turn that around. It starts here tonight. You got to win the first inning. That's Kurt Suzuki says that, and I firmly believe that. Just win this first inning.
So Urania's first pitch to Bichette misses. We are underway, and for Bichette, just signed a 3-year deal. He's got 2 player options for next year and the year after that. Always nice to have that in your back pocket. Bit of a struggle to begin his Mets career. A chopper to third base, so a nice play by Moncada and a perfect throw for the first out.
That wasn't an easy play either. That's a tough little hop, made it look easy. Moncada coming in on the baseball, he is really good at third base. See, he's playing back, comes in on there, that little short hop, able to gather it, get that first out. And when you think about Bo Bichette, his numbers career-wise against Halos, 311. His dad was a pretty good Halo back in his day, too.
No doubt about it. I'm sure we have that cover photo of Dante we could show. I don't know if he's got 45-pound dumbbells. Here's Juan Soto. In 8 games since he had that calf injury, he has been absolutely mashing the baseball. Nobody really hits the ball harder or on the barrel more than Juan Soto. A 15-year contract north of $700 million. He's got the Soto shuffle.
Yeah, he threw him a changeup after that first pitch fastball. And don't let him fool you. He thought that was out of the strike zone. That first pitch was a lot of the zone. He knows the strike zone as well as anybody. Him and Mike Trout, 2 of the best in the game.
Out in front of that changeup, and it's 1-2. Soto 345, 3 homers, 8 ribbies, and an OPS over 1,000.
A lot of these left-handed batters in this lineup for the Mets, that changeup should play, but it's very, very important to be able to throw that sinker and show that he can throw it for a strike. Then he'll get chases out of the zone with his changeup.
Obviously, you have to be extremely careful. Why give him anything to hit? In particular, on this count 1-2. Fouled away. It must be hard for a pitcher to say, oh, don't pitch to a guy, make sure he doesn't beat you. I don't know how you do that.
No, I think you make him beat you to the other way, and especially with that sinker or changeup, just stay away. And if he ever comes up in a spot where there's an RBI situation, he likes to walk a little bit, he can walk to first.
Healthy hack, foul back, but he does beat you the other way all the time with the opposite field homers.
100-mile-an-hour sinker. Now he has him set up. I still think that pitch before that he fouled off, it said 94-mile-an-hour sinker. That was his changeup. I think he threw that a little bit too hard. About 92 range right here.
Soto just continues to battle. If you're facing him and he's going to frustrate you with that
shuffle that he does. Obviously, different era, and he's so good for the game. You want young players to look up to a Juan Soto and play the game, but I imagine it might drive you nuts.
Oh, you know what? He's the kind of guy I would love to face, just because when I got him out, I would make sure I let him know I got him out. Just like he did, let me know if he got me.
Oh, like he gets him right there. Urania strikes out Soto, 2 down.
There's some cheese upstairs. Real good sequence. Travis d'Arnaud did a great job with this youngster. He runs that fastball just above the letters, but it ran on him too. So he's got good movement on his sinker. Good sign early on for Urania is he's able to throw his sinker for strikes. Even though that was a little bit out of the zone, he had shown he could throw it for a strike.
Perfect. Get him chasing on that fuzz. That's got to give you some confidence. Here's MJ Melendez, who's DHing here tonight to kick off this opener. Great to have you here with us with Mark Gubaza and Erica Weston. I'm Patrick O'Neill on a Friday night. Always here for the giveaway.
That's it. You are pretty good with that patio.
I am.
If it's for free, it's for patio.
It's for free.
I'll have 3.
There's a ground ball on the backhand. Zach Neto played perfectly, throw across, and a perfect first for Robert Urania. Bottom of the first, Angels lineup for you here tonight. Zach Neto always looking to attack when he leads off, and then Mike Trout off to a great start. Moncada at third, and Jorge Soler has reached base safely in 20 consecutive games. Shawnuel, Adele, Lowe, d'Arnaud, and Frazier round out your Angels batting order, brought to you by Theodore Robbins Ford. Looking at the numbers, Scooby, on Zach Neto, and look, he's going to try to get to Christian Scott early. He's hitting .321 in the leadoff position, first at bat in games.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Scott, though, so far this year, yeah, it was his first start back from a long time, and he had 5 walks in there. My go-to is to be successful against. You just got to be patient to play. See if it was just one of those things where he was out of the zone, but barrel up that 4-seam fastball, even going back a couple years ago, success against that 4-seamer. It's going to be a tough one here for Neto, trying to be patient, but I think he's better off when he's aggressive.
Aggressive just like that, and rips it foul.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know Scott has walked some people, but I think Zach Neto's kind of caught in between being patient. Some guys are better off swinging the bat. I know I talked about a lot about the late Kirby Puckett. Said the same thing. They wanted him to be patient. No, he went to the Hall of Fame because he swung the bat frequently.
Quickly 0-2 to Zach Neto. Scott, University of Florida, where he was a reliever, 55 games in 3 years, and obviously he was a starting pitcher in high school. And with the Mets, they saw the promise, they saw the pitch mix, became a starter, but that Tommy John 2 years ago, and 641 days between starts with Kodai Senga going on that IL. This gives him an opportunity. And he was not good in his first start, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you haven't been out to overthrow, and you're just trying to prove it to yourself that you're healthy, and that's what happens when you overthrow the baseball.
And he gets him on the breaking ball, the sweeper, and 1 down on the strikeout to Neto. That'll bring up Mike Trout.
I was a little frustrated because he did get away with that. That sweeper was on the inner half. A lot of times he'll hit that a long, long way. The key for Neto is just to clear that out ASAP.
A lot of strikeouts for Zach Neto. So he wants to clean up. As we talk about Mike, 10 homers, 32 walks on the season, entering play tonight. Only other player in history to reach those totals before May 1st, Barry Bonds in 2004. Obviously, you start play earlier now, March 26th for the Angels, but still pretty impressive.
Yeah, incredible. Really, it is the patience and the exit velocity, all the things we talked about in the opening end of the pregame show, how impressive Trouty has been, and unreal numbers against the Mets.
That's a high pop up to the right side. First baseman runs into the wall, and Beatty unable to get there, and it's 1-1.
And the defense behind Scott today. Again, I think he's going to be around the strike zone a little bit better. You see Beatty going after that one, too. You got Soto, Taylor, Benj in right field. Very good throwing arm, by the way. Bichette, Mauricio, Simeon, and you got Batty, and you got Alvarez behind the plate. But Marcus Simeon, a 2-time Gold Glove winner at second base.
Angels have seen a lot of Marcus Simeon.
Probably too much.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's a phenomenal player. I mean, shortstop when he first came up with Oakland, and I'll tell you what, he's transitioned to an incredible second baseman.
And traded by the Rangers to the Mets for Nimmo.
And Beatty's a guy that plays pretty good first base, too, for the Mets. So they're pretty solid on that right side of the infield.
Here's Scott's 1-2 offering to Trout upstairs, 2-2.
That's the difference. Mike Trout, he's laid off that high fastball pretty consistently this season. 7 of his 10 home runs have been against fastball, at least the fastball family, including 3 cutters.
Right up the middle and off the glove of Simeon. That's a base hit for Mike Trout. It's a good exit velo on that. Going up the middle.
For Trouty that something even got through. I mean, he's hit so many baseballs hard. This is one of the few that he hadn't hit tremendously hard because that ran in on him. It was a good fastball. 97. Trout still, look how quick those hands are.
Looked like he had that reaction like, oh no, he's going to catch it, because as we'll bring up in the broadcast, some of the bad luck that has hit Trout this year. Been good on the bases also. 5 stolen bases, has not been caught.
And you look at that throwing motion for Scott. I think it's a longer arm motion. I think you have a shot. Alvarez has thrown out just 1 base stealer and 7 stolen bases against him, about 12.5%. So you might think about it.
Switch hitting Yoan Moncada, but the strong side is from the left side. Check swing, no swing. And the count is 2-0 in Moncada's favor.
He's been really patient to get himself into a good count to do damage, and this seems to be one of those counts. So you might see a heavy, hard swing here from Moncada.
3 homers on the season. 1 out, Trout at first, the 2-0. There's that hit. There it is.
Right on it, and Scott gets incredible extension in 90 percentile as far as when he's releasing the baseball. It feels like he's almost that grass in the infield. Think of guys like Tim Lincecum, Trevor Bauer, even Jared Weaver. Those guys would get incredible extension. It made their fastballs that much bigger. He's got pretty good balance on the pitching rubber, and you see how far of a drive he gets all the way down that mound. And then that arm is almost towards the front of the dirt of the mound when he's releasing it. So that means, say you're 97, and out of the hand, it feels like it probably reads and runs up to about 99 miles an hour.
Lanky right-hander, 6'4". And we got a full count here to Moncada.
I think Trout could be on the run. Had a meeting, talking to him real quick. Not a real big lead for Trout, but a little bit bigger.
He stays put, and a swing and a miss. A tough cutter, down and in, gets Moncada 2 down.
And my Hyundai key for the game today. We're back home. We're going Motley Crue. Home, sweet home. For this team to turn it around, it's got to be starting here at home. And that means on the offensive side, be home sweet home. Get this offense going at home and start winning some ball games. 1
game at a time, 1 win at a time. Change the energy. Oh, that is Soler power! Jorge Soler, 2-run home run. Angels up 2-0.
Well, home sweet homer for Soler. What a start this season for Soler. That is Soler power. That is way back. And you talk about jumping on a sweeper. 7th home run, 25 RBIs. Oh, there they are to square it up.
I don't want to mess with either one of those 2 guys. What a swing from Soler.
That on-base streak continues. Be it, he ran around those bases.
On-base streak now 21. Mike Trout, 20. Most importantly, 2 runs early in the game tonight.
I think if Vince Neil had to start singing that right there. Home sweet homer.
I was thinking maybe you might sing that one. Home sweet homer. Exactly right. 1-0 here to Nolan Shawnewell.
Well, you talk about being ready and capitalize on a hanging breaking ball, and he was so quick on that one. Wow. 107.3 miles per hour exit velocity, going 403 feet.
25 ribbies on the season for Soler.
This swing right here and the sound, how he got that out in front of the plate. That's a long, long way, too.
Yep. Soto just watched that one sail over the fence. Pop to the left side into the seats, 2-2.
Boy, a huge crowd here tonight, still filing in.
Bomber jacket giveaway, Mets in town. Impressive that the Angels, very loose here tonight, as you mentioned, and Erica will bring up. Had some team bonding yesterday. Could be easy, so easy to be frustrated the way that road trip went.
Ooh, that's a good hack by Shawnower, that one. Real good hack on that one.
Kurt Suzuki said something interesting about it could be magnified, a losing streak in April, right? If it happens in June, it kind of comes with the season. But when it's early, obviously you can lose it in April. You can't necessarily win it.
Yep. But you know what? You feel a lot better when you start winning those games you should win. And that's what it's coming down to right now, is executing and believing in yourself. And a swing like that from Soler can really build confidence. It's good to see a home run hit at home by Halo also.
Little run support for the youngster Robert Urania. Oh, nice piece of hitting, and that gets through. That's a base hit for Shawnower with 2 strikes.
That is so him, and that's the swing we keep saying you want to see from Shawnower, because making contact, going the other way, being consistent. When they come inside and you work ahead, that's when you do the damage. With 2 strikes, you stay with it. That's a pretty good pitch. They're the ones right there. As a pitcher, Patio, you're not real happy, because you made a perfect pitch. You got a guy to swing at it, and he gets a base hit out of it.
Perfect cricket swing there for Shawnower. Similar to Trout, right? Get some base hits, find the outfield grass, and then get a big hit. Here's Joe Adell, who's certainly due for a big hit.
And it's good to see him, like, even on that swing right there, trying to lift the ball in the air. We're going to show it throughout here in this game. Some of the numbers for Joe, a lot of ground balls so far this year.
Hard to explain, considering the 37 homers and the lift he got on the baseball a season ago, a career year. That's right in there.
He's challenging that one. It might have been a little low. Let's see where that went. Oh, it's going to be close.
Ball strike is being challenged by the batter.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Might have touched it.
Sure did.
It is a strike.
Well outside.
Seems like a lot of times when that pitch is that low, in the past when you're catching and framing, you think that's a strike, but most times it's been called a ball. So I think that's why you saw Joe Adell doing so.
That's right in there. So 3 strikeouts in the half inning for Scott, but it doesn't matter because a 2-run home run from Jorge Soler. How do you like your power?
I like that way far at 403.
I could use some Soler power.
Back to Angels baseball on ABTV. Good start so far for the Halos, feeling some of that energy after a well-timed off day yesterday. The Angels spending some time across the street at the Ducks playoff game, Game 6, clinching the game winner against the Edmonton Oilers. Again, well-timed off day, coordinated by Mike Trout, of course, set in motion a couple of weeks ago, hoping that if schedule allowed, Game 6 possibly allowed, they would get an opportunity to go to the playoff game. It was a big group too, guys. Most of the team was there. Zach Neto told me they really needed that. It helped kind of get their minds off of baseball after that tough road trip, but they had a lot of fun, and it was great to support the guys across the street. Kurt Suzuki was talking about the chemistry. He was so happy to see it, talking with his guys today, acknowledging, hey, yeah, maybe there's some mechanical things to fix, totally fixable. Team chemistry, can't fix that. These guys want to do so well for each other. It's a special thing they have.
And I agree with that. Sometimes, even if you go back to last year when they went and saw that, I think it was in Chicago when they watched the Lakers and the Bulls play, and it was a half-court shot, and Every guy I talked to there said there was something about that, and they played well that next day where they just were bonding together. You need those outings as a team a lot because it's such a long baseball season, and there's a lot of ups and downs. But when you're all in it together, you have a chance of being successful.
What do you know? A team from Southern California beating the Oilers in the first round.
No, that's next to impossible, isn't it, Patio?
Well, now we're certainly lined up for a Ducks-Flyers Stanley Cup final, Coop.
Oh, yeah, it would be a battle of the orange.
Great energy at Honda Center last night, without a doubt. Leo Carlson and company get some good goaltending. Nice veteran presence.
Yes.
They are an exciting team, the Anaheim Ducks. And
they locked down McDavid. They were all over him.
All over him. And Draisaitl, really dominant game last night. Meant a lot to Zach Neto. He's been talking about getting to that Game 6 for about a week and a half since that series was announced.
He's already all over Matt Birch because he's a big, obviously Vegas Knights fan.
he was definitely rooting for the Mammoth tonight just to get under Birchie's skin.
Already 3 ground ball out for Arania, which is a great sign.
3 out of 4. Brett Beatty is the batter, and the count is 2-2. 2-0 Angels on a Jorge Soler home run. Man, what a healthy Jorge Soler can do for the middle of the lineup. And of course, with Mike Trout, that's some protection for Trouty for sure. Oh, a beautiful pitch. Beatty goes down on that changeup.
How good was that arm action on that changeup right there? And I think I like that speed right there of it too, Patio. 91-mile-an-hour changeup. Anywhere between 91, 92, maybe 93. 94 is a little too firm. Not a lot of spin on that one, but a lot of swing and miss. That's a great view right there. How far out in front Beatty was on that one. He's a good hitter too. Off to a slow start, but he's still a solid hitter.
Yeah, so is this guy, Simeon, and a line drive. Trout, center field. Look at him play that one perfectly. 6 up, 6 down. Angels looking good. Sells a future Angel slugger right there. Oh, that's awesome.
The smile and saying hi to you, Patio. How do you do it? How do you have that kind of magic?
I don't know. Just a gift. You look at the Mets pitching ERA this season. Pitchers not named Peralta, Holmes, or McLean, and all other starters at 8.10 ERA. The Angels, we'll see. Some pretty good pitching coming up, right? Gooby, McLean, and Holmes.
Yes.
The next 2 games. So
bottom line is, like I said, you just win each inning. They won that first inning. They got to continue to do that here in the second.
Josh Lowe going to lead off this bottom of the second. 2-0 Halos.
Yeah, you never look ahead. I mean, it's going to be a tough battle tomorrow night. We could do that because we're not out there on the field, but the players, all they're thinking about is how well we could play here tonight. Make the fans here, a huge crowd, happy.
Absolute sellout still filing in on a Friday. Mets certainly can draw. And it's great to see this crowd coming up to support the Halos to kick off this 6-game homestand. We'll get the chance at some redemption versus the White Sox. Lowe going the other way. Soto going back, drifting, and he makes the catch. It's always a little bit interesting when he's roaming out there. Hey, join us at the Big A Friday, May 22nd, when the Rangers come to town. You walk away with a new addition to your hat collection. First 25,000 fans will receive a camo trucker hat, courtesy of Angels Radio, AM 830. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info.
Puebla, Mexico.
Travis d'Arnaud.
By the way, that's a real good swing by Josh Lowe.
Yep.
I mean, it's out to the warning track the other way, and granted, he wants a hit, but that's a good swing. It's a good idea to be able to see the swing like that going.
Right up the middle. Oh, what a nice backhand play right there by Simeon. That is perfect technique to get d'Arnaud 2 down.
Reason why he's got a couple Gold Gloves. Even though he played for the Mets, Travis d'Arnaud, pretty good career numbers, 308 batting average. It's now his 37th game. Played a lot of there down in Atlanta. We even mentioned that Mets team when we were in Kansas City. Yeah, he still wasn't.
He was not happy with it.
I started laughing about it. He goes, yeah, I haven't got over that yet.
No, he has not. Can't blame him when you get all the way to the World Series and lose. But that's okay. He's got a ring, as do you. And so does that man. Adam Frazier at the plate, 2 down.
Still odd not seeing him. Granted, we early in his career with Oakland, but with Texas, a lot of success with Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon up the middle for the Rangers. Just odd not seeing him there anymore. Actually, I'm not overly upset about that all those years with the Rangers. You only see him once here now.
Yeah, that's right. Just these 3 games, and the Mets actually swept the series a year ago. Mets haven't been here since 2024. With the 31st matchup all time. Mets lead at 16-14. Urania really looks good so far. It's great to see. Talk about a bounce back. Did not go his way in Kansas City. Just might like the mound here at the Big A. Oh, healthy hack by Frazier. Fouls it back.
Always good contact. Go the other way himself. There's a lot of room that left side of the infield, too. Bo Bichette just getting used to that third base position. It's been okay so far. Defensively at third base. Shortstop by trade, played second base. Saw that in the World Series.
Frazier going to left field. Soto drifting back, and he makes the catch. 2-0 Halos.
Powered by Google Cloud, the tunneling, the action between his changeup, four-seam, and sinker, the same exact arm slot, but different movements of the baseball. But here, the sinker, Albert out in front, rolls it over, ground ball, then the changeup. 80 was awesome right there, the way he stayed on top. Same action as his sinker. That's why you get swings like that.
Little credit to the battery with Travis d'Arnaud, veteran behind the plate, knowing when to go to that changeup, sinker, four-seamer. Get that sweeper working. Definitely needs the breaking ball to be successful. Let that one go. Smart play. And Frazier able to take care of the rookie. Carson Bench brings up Tyrone Taylor.
So far, so good. 4th out on a sinker today. Consider where that sinker was last game out as compared to that first game against the Padres in the rotation. Really, really good in that one. That's a really good lineup San Diego threw at you also.
4th ground ball out for Urania so far here tonight as we are in the top of the 3rd, 2-0 Angels. Number 8 in the order is Taylor, center fielder here tonight. And the Mets really have been besieged by injuries to their top players. Soto missing 8 games. Francisco Lindor now out. Polanco, Robert Jr.
See the difference in the strike percentage that game against San Diego compared to the last game out there. That's why the changeup, even though it was still solid, it wasn't as effective because the sinker was out of the zone. And chase percentage well down. But when he's throwing it for a strike, he'll get a lot more chases and a lot more ground ball, a lot more soft contact.
Changeup missing downstairs, but right in that speed that you're looking for, low 90s. Man, he throws the ball hard. Look at that, 97.
But you got to trust that enough because hitters, the book it's going to be if it starts in the knees, you let it go because it has that type of sink to it. I mean, you're talking about a serious drop to it, so you got to start up a little bit above the knees and then they'll go after it.
The 3-1, but he loses him. That's a 1-out walk. Taylor is aboard. That'll bring up Ronnie Mauricio, shortstop, number 9 hitter, 0 for his last 10. 5 walks in the last game for Urania.
That's the one thing now as a young pitcher, you got to clear that out. Think, okay, I can get a ground ball. I can get 2 outs with this ground ball.
There's that ground ball. Frazier going to flip it to Neto over to first. In time, double play. Clean through 3 is Robert Urania facing the minimum. He's pitching great. Angels lead 2-0 right here on AB. Halo fans love to see it. Angels up 2-0 on the Mets, heading to the bottom of the third. Top of the order, Zach Neto versus Christian Scott. For Zach Neto, Gooby, the strikeouts have to be a concern. You want him to be aggressive. Oh, that just hits him right
in the elbow, looked like.
Oh, my goodness.
That ball just ran in on him.
It's not unusual to see Neto get hit, but that's one of those spots he's trying to shake it off. He was at a hockey game last night. He's trying to shake it off like the hockey players. That got him pretty square.
It's the 25th hit by pitch for Angels batters this year, right in the ribs. Yeah.
Whew.
Oh, man, body blow. You could hear it.
93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Great to see him stay in there, but that is certainly going to leave a mark.
Third time, looks like second time he's been hit.
That's why he does all those ab exercises. Here's Mike Trout.
Look at Mike Trout. We talked about how really unlucky he has been this season. His numbers really, when you think about it, expected slugging 707. His slugging percentage at .569, but we've seen so many more baseballs hit that just happen to be finding gloves or at the wall. Continue that swing and he's going to be fine.
It's going to even out, right?
Yes.
Those numbers, when you get that exit velo and that launch angle and you just consistently do that. Look at his OPS this year. It's above his career numbers. He's just having a fantastic season. And base hit, scored another run. 30 runs on the season. Just so good for the game to have Mike Trout back to this level.
Everywhere we've been so far, everyone said the exact same thing. Baseball is better when Mike Trout is Mike Trout. By the way, that's the second batter that Scott has hit already, and he hasn't thrown many innings so far this year. So when he drops that wrist at all on his fastball, it runs in on right-handed batters.
And 5 walks on the hit batter in last game, only went 1 in the third.
Feels like Neto's going to take a shot at some point here, trying to steal a base. Oh, challenging there.
So Alvarez is going to challenge that ball.
And he's going to go wrong on that one. So each team down to 1 challenge.
Do you know?
Confirmed.
Pitches out of the strike
New York
zone.
has 1 remaining challenge.
I'm an expert on pitches out of the strike zone.
Apparently so. Eagle eye. So, as you mentioned, the lost challenge. Both teams down to 1. Remainder of the game. Two to Mike. Oohs and ahs from the crowd on that swing. Fouled away.
Yeah, he had a pretty good pitch to do some damage too. And that little step back and that load on the back leg and those hands super quick.
1348 OPS in his career versus the Mets. And Neto is on the move. The throwdown is not in time. Gets away. Stolen base number 6 for Neto. He's in scoring position. Full count coming to Mike.
And you can see every throw from the catcher is right at the runner now. It's no longer at the bag. And it looked like if Simeon's able to hold on to that baseball, he's going to be out.
I think so.
He tried to catch and quickly tag him, but unable to control the baseball. 6th stolen base for Neto. So 5 home runs, 8 doubles, and 6 stolen bases. Even with the strikeout so far, still some pretty solid numbers overall for Neto.
Staying with first base open. What kind of pitch Mike gets to hit?
I still think he's going to try to elevate a fastball. .97-mile-an-hour fastball. Even though he had all those walks, you could see why there's still a lot to like about Scott. His fastball is firm. It's a battle here for Trout. By the way, just automatically, I think we should have a petition with the commissioner saying, can you just start the at-bat at 3-2 with
Yeah,
Trout?
exactly. Little extra time for Mike on the foul ball. And he was at a hockey game last night, so he'll shake it off.
Beckham was there too. He was super pumped up.
I know.
His son.
Yep. A tremendous group of Angels see the Ducks knock out the Oilers in the first round. 3-2. Oh, a big chase from Mike on the sweeper. Really haven't seen a ton of chases from Mike this year, but fooled on that one.
That had some serious break to it, that sweeper, where it started. I mean, that was never in the strike zone either. From the get-go, look how far off the plate it went.
Frisbee sweeper, surprising strikeout. Brings up Moncada, who was a strikeout victim in the first. Zach Neto hit by pitch, stolen base. Daylight play, he is back safely.
He's getting a lot of work out. He gets drilled in the ribs. A slide with the baseball is going towards him and knocked out of the glove of Simeon. Now a back pick on him.
Does he dare steal third? Well, there he goes. And it gets into left field. So a stolen base and a run scored. Zach Neto gives the Angels on his own a 3-0 lead.
That's a Zach Neto run. So what? Alvarez got a lot on that throw too. I think they had a shot him there too. So 9 stolen bases, 1 caught. Alvarez so far this year.
Well, certainly the Angels had the book on that. Drilled in the ribs. Steals second, steals third, and home on the error.
That's almost a hockey play right there. That's almost a Gordie Howe. You took a shot, and you applied the pressure and score a run.
It's a big run, a big add-on run. Angels need them. They need to get a healthy lead and don't let up. Well, late on that fastball. A strikeout for Moncada. Now, Jorge Soler, he might not be getting talked a lot about league-wide, but what he's doing right now with his on-base streak, with the runs driven in, it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and he's hitting all pitches, too, and his slugging percentage just under 590 OPS, 961 during this 21-game on-base streak. A lot of power, but patience, too.
7 homers, 25 RBI.
Oh, he came right back with that sweeper. He hit a mile off him, and he threw it in the almost exact same spot. And he was fortunate he wasn't hit a mile again.
A challenge from Jorge Soler. Pitch did seem a little bit high.
Pitch is a strike.
Wow, now they're out of challenges. Unusual.
One challenge remain. Let's see if they will have a challenge the rest of the night. They will not.
Call's confirmed. LA is out of challenges.
Home plate umpire just seems to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, he certainly had to let us know enthusiastically. Ben May, home plate umpire. No more challenges for the Halos. A surprising challenge there from Soler. 0-2, a chopper right to the third baseman, Beatty. And he takes it to the bag. But an add-on run for the Halos. It's 3-0.
Thanks, Brent.
To ABS, so how challenging has it been? Well, more challenging certainly for pitchers and batters than the catcher. What does it tell you?
Yeah, I mean, as a catcher, you're taking away. I mean, sometimes it's emotion for both the batter and the hitter. Sometimes you don't quite know the strike zone because your head's moving a lot.
Oh, sharply hit, and it gets past Moncada. You'd think that would be an error as Bichette reaches on the first pitch here in the fourth. I mean, hit hard, certainly it's the hot corner, but you want to see that play being made by Moncada. Hit that hard and probably get a base hit.
Sometimes if you keep on your feet, because when you go into a slide like that, your head moves quite a bit. If you stay on your feet as much as possible, even though that baseball was hit 106.7 off the bat, your head is moving when you go down into that slide to be able to get up quickly and make the throw.
E5. And right in front of Juan Soto. Shows bunt, surprisingly. I think he's just kidding.
The thing going back to the ABS challenges that with a guy like Ureno on the mound with his movement on his pitches, you would love to be able to have a challenge or two still in the bank. Now you have none.
Top of the fourth, out of challenges. Well, the way you draw it up.
Because you can see that movement right there. And that's, you know, close enough to the corner. It runs off, and that is a ball. But it was close enough. If you could challenge that, and you might have gotten that call right on the challenge because of that movement.
Nothing Halos. Bichette on first, nobody out, and Juan Soto at the plate. You think if you're out of challenges and you call for a challenge, you can get like a technical foul like C-Webb or something?
Tell you what, though, that's big. If you're an opponent right now, you know, you can hone in on the strike zone and those borderline pitches you just don't go after, especially a guy like Soto at the plate. I mean, he has such a great eye.
The 3-1, that is ball 4. So first and second, nobody out. That'll bring up MJ Melendez. Certainly would rather take your chances with Melendez than having Soto a pitch to hit. Make this a 1-run game.
Melendez has been probably their hottest hitter outside of Soto, though. And all of a sudden now, some pressure on you first and second with no outs. Granted, we know he's capable of getting a ground ball at an infielder.
It's remarkable how much Juan Soto has walked in his career. In a couple of years, he's going to track down Mike Trout. There's a ground ball and just foul. Through age 27, Juan Soto. Career walks over 900. It is absolutely remarkable. It makes sense. 906 now, ahead of Mickey Mantle, Mel Ott, and even Mike Trout.
Amazing patience from the get-go when he first made it up. Same thing with Trout. Just an outstanding idea of the strike zone. That's why I say going back to not having a challenge. There was a pitch in that sequence, even though it ended up being a 4-pitch walk. The second pitch was a strike. Borderline strike, but it was.
0-2 here to MJ Melendez.
This is how you grow as a young pitcher. That ground ball off the glove of Moncada ended up being a hit and a walk to Soto, and you got first and second.
Oh, and he gets the punch out. Much needed, one down.
I had some run to it again, a four-seam fastball. Look at that run on that one. Because he tried to punch that ball the other way, but it's harder to react like that, especially when it's coming in around 98 to 100. Alvarez is a guy that is very aggressive on the first pitch. See if he can ground ball an infielder. I was thinking about going after. It was a good one. If he makes contact, that is going to be on the ground.
Inside Alvarez, 2-0. So first piece of stress for Urania so far in the game. Faced the minimum through the first 3 innings. Got bailed out after a 1-out walk to Taylor on a nice 4-6-3 turn by the Halos to end the third.
He is not letting the game speed up. Be nice and relaxed on your delivery. Nice adjustment there. Loved how he just walked back to that pitching rubber, took a deep breath, shoulders shrugged down, and relaxed on it.
Getting a bunch of outs on the ground so far tonight. See if he can get another turn behind it.
Whew, that sounded loud up here. 99.
Agent 99. Look at the arsenal so far. Heavy on the sinker.
And working well so far.
2-2 to Francisco Alvarez. Two on and one out. Swinging out of his shoes.
I think that was the right pitch, Patio, but it's just a lot of the plate. Something going the other way, that stayed right in the middle, and fortunate enough to get that one back. Stayed right in the heart. That's a healthy swing, and the backswing gets Travis d'Arnaud. He was swinging as hard as you could possibly swing on that one, right on the shoulder. Even though he's got a little protection on that little pad by the left shoulder, still got him pretty good by the bicep area.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Alvarez. Two away, back-to-back Ks for Urania.
But even though he hung that sweeper, that was more of an all-speed pitch, and you can see the difference. And he came right back with that hard 99-mile-an-hour sinker. You're talking about 12 miles per hour difference. Now, only Bo Jackson could do that. I tried that one time, but it didn't work out well either. Only Bo knows how to do that.
That's excellent. Change up to Brett Beatty with 2 down, 2 on. Angels up 3-0. Top of the 4th inning on a perfect night for baseball here at the Big A. A sellout. Walbert Urania in his 3rd career start, trying to work out of some trouble here in the 4th. Base hit to lead off the inning, off the glove of Moncada. Again, a base hit, then a walk, and back-to-back Ks.
Amazing, though, even with that changeup was well off the plate, he almost got Beatty to swing at that. That's how much movement he has on his changeup. He's got to trust that sinker now.
The sinker misses low, 3-0.
With that tough hitter waiting on deck, though. He had a pretty good swing his first at bat against Urania with Marcus Semien. Get back in the count somehow, some way.
But he doesn't. He loses them on 4 pitches. Bases are loaded for Marcus Semien. In his career, Angels have seen just about enough of Marcus Semien.
Yeah, he's got 27 career home runs against the Halos. And there's a lot of extra base hits, and there's a lot of aggressive swings on the first pitch. It's got to be a big, good pitch here.
That's 5 in a row out of the zone for Urania.
Again, just slowing it down here now. This is a dangerous hitter, this spot.
Bichette at 3rd, Soto at 2nd, Beatty at 1st. 1-0 to Semien on pitch number 50.
Good spot right there. Perfect spot.
Yeah, perfect. Mets have 1 challenge remaining. Angels out of their challenges. Leading 3-0. Big spot for Walbert. 1-1. Changeup runs in. 2-1. Last time up, Semien lined out to Trout. Now trouble, 3-1. Patient at the plate.
Just got to trust your defense right here. You got to go right after him.
Maddox top step. Nowhere to put Semien. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Go right back to the same thing. Trust. Boy, he went right at him too. 4-seam fastball.
Here's the 3-2. Fouled back.
Upper part of the strike zone. That's one pitch that Semien's been real good. It's a high fastball throughout his whole career. But you got to go after him.
Soto will definitely get a big jump here. Payoff pitch. Fly ball right field. Joe Adell on his horse coming over. Makes the catch.
There he is, Joe. Adele with another good catch here at the Big A.
Hey, Joe knows baseball. Be one of the first 25,000 fans in attendance at the Big A Monday, June 1st against the Rockies. Walk away with a new City Connect cooler tote courtesy of Yakult probiotic drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info. First pitch swinging is Nolan Shawnoa right to Simeon. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Ideally, you'd like to have a little bit of a long inning after that battle there was for Urania.
Without a doubt. That'll bring up Joe Adell. How do you want to see his game get back on track? And what do you make out of the ground ball outs versus him lifting the baseball with power and slow?
It feels like he's hitting on top of the baseball right now. I know he's aggressive on the first pitch. He had a lot of home runs on the first pitch he saw, but just trying to create that lift. He was similar to that at the beginning part of last year, too.
Percentage of hits for extra base hits at 45% last year, down to 17. Barrel percentage is down to nearly 6, and the air percentage also down. It's so surprising as he chases the sweeper at 0-2.
Just caught in between right now for Joe Adell. And like I said, last year, early on, hit a lot of hard hit baseballs on the ground that all of a sudden you look up in the month of June, I think it was, and then all of a sudden every ball he hit was out of the ballpark.
Great running catch, though, to get Urania and the Angels out of trouble in the top of the 4th. Fantastic play. Does have a 7-game hit streak, hitting for average. But he strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. We'll bring up Josh Lowe.
Definitely, when you think about Scott, it definitely isn't the guy last game out where he hit a guy and walked 5. I mean, his stuff it plays pretty well.
Surprising that he was a reliever in college. I mean, 55 games, University of Florida. And then, you know what, you get to the big leagues, we're going to make you start. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times there was a time where you would see that as far as relievers build into that. Same thing would be you were started throughout your whole collegiate career, even the minor league career. Next thing you know, you're closing games. But they felt with this stuff, the number of pitches he had, he's better off as a starter because he's got 4 quality pitches, really. When you think about that sweeper, he throws that cutter, he throws a split, and he's got 2 types of fastball. So he has starter-type stuff.
He's been built up at Syracuse, the AAA club for the Mets.
I mean, his extension is legit. How far he gets down on that pitching mound and stuff.
It's tough for these young pitchers. Seems like, unfortunately, so many young pitchers, they blow out their elbow, have Tommy John miss 16, 18 months. And it's finding a way to get through those first couple of months. You don't know what to do with yourself. You can't pick up a baseball.
And you feel good, but you want to go out there and compete right away. But medical staff is telling you this is what we need you to do, and you want to go into a position where you get strong before you go out and compete.
There is a strikeout and a 1-2-3 fourth for Scott.
And Urania so far has been really dominant with that sinker. It's such an important pitch to be able to set up his changeup too, get some ground balls, some soft contact too on the ground. The only baseball hit hard on the ground so far was the one by Bichette. Being able to get it rolling over on a double play. So that's so important for him. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. His sinkers downstairs where you want it. Four-seamer, he's got 1 double play, 5 ground ball outs. Look at that lower third of the strike zone. That's how you get those ground ball outs.
Just the 1 hit, the 3 walks, the 4 Ks, 7, 8, 9 due up for the Metropolitans. The rookie Carson Benj ground out last time up to Frazier.
Not a bad idea where Mercado was set up, but Urania fields his position well. I think he's going to learn from that play down in Houston where he stays low and makes that throw to the first base if he tries to bunt on him. Wow, that changeup. Wow. That was almost that changeup he threw to Manny Machado, but batting from the right side. This is the lefty. How much that just ran off the plate.
Urania spent majority last year with Double-A. Had 1 start towards the end of the season when the AA season ended with AAA. He's only 22 years old. And you've been in uniform in spring training the last couple of years, and you've been singing this man's praises.
Yeah, and I get a chance to talk to him pretty much every day too. And we just, I saw him in throwing bullpens, and it's there. It is there. It's just a matter of trusting it and believing in yourself. And again, you got to attack the strike zone. You got to. I've always been, because I was a sinker baller too, Patty. You got to believe that you got to start in the middle part of the plate, and it will not stay in the middle part of the plate. You trust that. If it stays in the middle of the plate, it deserves to be hit. So this trust it's going to move. You got to throw enough strikes to get hitters to swing.
2-2, little pop up. You got Moncada going out, Neto, and it is Moncada for the first out here in the 5th. So here we go. We're going to do a little side-by-side comparison of the Mets legend Tom Seaver and look at the knees. And what did this, was that the drive that you were looking for, the lower half to give you that sinker ball power?
And that made sure I stayed on top of the base. So you can see how even both our wrists are pronating right there to be able to stay. I had so many great conversations with the late, great Tom Seaver. I owed so much of my success in my career, just those conversations. I couldn't believe he talked to me, let alone give me that good information. But I remember just talking about that, I told the story before with my knee. My knee would hurt the first day of spring training, and I asked him, I said, what do you do? He goes, you ever play basketball? I said, yeah, that little white knee pad. He put that underneath his uniform, and I never had another problem with my kneecap. But also, he also told me the most important night of sleep for a starting pitcher. I go, what, the night before? He goes, no. It's the night before, because the night before you're already playing out the game in your mind, so you're not getting good, restful sleep. The night before that is so important. I just love the way he pitched too. And granted, I mean, he was in the Mets, and I grew up in Philly, so, and all those teams over the years. But getting a chance to talk to him with the White Sox, Red Sox, I mean, he was so amazing to talk to.
Tom, terrific, great all-around athlete. It's a little side story, but I saw Tom Seaver beat John McEnroe in a game of squash.
Wow. When
McEnroe was, 4 in the world in tennis, and Seaver just ran him all over the court. I was impressed by that.
And squash is not easy to play, man. That is not easy to play.
Yeah, it was awesome. And this is like Seaver's been retired for the game of baseball for many, many years.
It wasn't like King of Queens playing squash. That was some really good athletes playing squash.
One out, top of the 5th. 1-2 coming to Taylor. Robert Urania. Well, that's like sawed off, and Shotwell is over there to make the play. 2 down.
So that's some running action.
Nice defense behind Urania here so far. We'll give you a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So 4 2/3 scoreless so far for Urania. The number 9 hitter, Ronnie Mauricio, the shortstop, switch hitter, 0 for his last 11. Grounded foul. With Francisco Lindor going on the IL, thought maybe you might move Bichette over to shortstop, but no.
But you want to keep him comfortable at third base. You're going to hope to have him around for a number of years, and the more reps he gets at third base, the better he's going to be. He's a great athlete.
It's pretty good at center field, but Mike Trout is under it. In front of the warning track, 5 complete for Urania. Election with Yusei Kikuchi's bobblehead. First 25,000 fans Monday, June 8th will take home the very own Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead, courtesy of JAE, Japan Aviation Electronics Industry Limited. Visit angels.com/promotions.
Hopefully Kikuchi's going to be okay, be back out there ASAP. He's a guy that takes the baseball all the time and give you some innings, so hopefully everything's going to be okay with that shoulder.
Yeah, had that shoulder, some imaging done, and without a doubt, need him to get on track. A sub-4 ERA last year, an all-star. Angels will have Reed Detmers taking the baseball. Jack Kahanowitz on Sunday. Travis d'Arnaud at the dish for the Halos.
And both of those starting pitchers could have had another win or two, especially when you think Kahanowitz would easily be 4-0 right now. Detmers should be 3-2 himself. He's throwing the ball well. Soriano next to him, I'm assuming. Maybe tomorrow we'll hear he's pitcher of the month. I hope.
Sure hope so. Be shocked if he wasn't. It would be a travesty. Someone's going to pay.
I see you segue. It's Travis D. No, on deck at the plate.
The Angels should have 4 more wins than they do, but that's baseball. Continue to fight. At the end of the bat, Mays 1-2 to Darno. As Christian Scott has pitched himself into the 5th inning. The Mets would be happy with that, considering this is just his 2nd start.
He's only allowed 3 hits today. Really, that last run was a Zach Neto run.
It's a high pop-up as Bichette is under that. And good hang time, but that is an out, number 1. Want to remind everybody to check out the new Angels Weekly. Trent Rush sits down with Joe Adele to talk about his historic defensive night. Erica Weston also talks to the young Angels core about growing up in the big leagues. We celebrate also 60 years at Angels Stadium. All that and more following tonight's game on ABTV.
So many incredible players put on that Angel uniform over here. I still remember. Good bunt right there.
Oh, nice play by the pitcher, Scott, to get Adam Frazier second out.
Nice job on that one. But Frankie Rodriguez, when he broke the all-time save record here at the Big A, I mean, his stuff, wow. Remember the Mets himself, but it was fun to see that. I remember interviewing after that. I was like, hey, you realize what you did? I mean, it was like such a quick moment for him, but he reflected on there. Frankie is like, I mean, he won a World Series in 2002, but I mean, breaking the all-time save record, I'm pretty confident that might last for quite a while.
You were down there on the field for that interview?
Yes.
Can you dig that up? Got that somewhere. Say BTV, we got that. New network, but same channel. All the same people, our great crew, and we're just thrilled to be with you here tonight with the launch of our network, Angels Broadcast Television.
A lot of great content, Angels baseball content. It's going to be a lot of fun.
No doubt.
Boy, that sound.
Oscar Brazoban is the reliever that is up to back up Scott, who's pitched pretty well here tonight. But the Angels, a 2-run home run from Jorge Soler, early runs in the 1st. And then it was Zach Neto, who at the plate right now did a tremendous job. He was hit in the ribs, stole 2nd, stole 3rd, and scores the run on the error by the catcher. But he strikes out, and it remains 3-0 Halos. Saturday night home game. Stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for a list of Saturday night fireworks. What a crowd here tonight, and another sellout, I'm sure, tomorrow. And no! Off of Urania on the line drive by Bichette. Oh, no.
That got him right in the leg. Ball was hit 103 miles per hour. That's how close and quick it gets back at you.
Medical staff out to check on Urania as we look at it again.
It's right on that right leg as he's landed. Right toward, just a little bit below the knee.
You could hear it from up here, the sound. Angels bullpen getting up quickly. Suter.
I think he's going to become right on the field and warm up on the field. That's my guess.
This is still great to see the toughness from Albert Urania. Big hand from the crowd here to see that.
It's a push-off leg, too. It's going to be tough. He's going to try to move around, but it's going to be tough.
I know it can't feel good, but what is he experiencing right now?
Well, I mean, you know, the thing is, you know it's going to get stiff as it goes along here, but all you can think of is you're able to get up and put weight on. That's the first and foremost you feel good about. Bo Bichette has hit 2 baseballs. The only one that's really hit the ball hard twice now. I'd be shocked if he's able to continue. Might try to throw a baseball, though. He's about as tough as you can be. I know that feeling all too well. The line drive back up the middle, hitting the leg. It went directed over towards first base.
And got an out.
It got an out, but it wasn't. It was tough.
What a true sign of toughness from the 22-year-old right-hander, Walbert Urania.
But you just wonder if, you know, with that push-off leg, you're going to be comfortable enough to be able to deliver the baseball. Interesting. Adam Frazier's talking to him there too. Because in that push-off leg, it seemed like the pitches have been elevated.
You also have to think about the situation.
And the thing is also, Patio, is anytime you have some kind of injury or contusion of the leg, you end up throwing a little bit different, and you don't want to see anything like that as far as your arm.
There's so much adrenaline. They're probably going to have that conversation about, let's maybe play this one just a little bit safer.
Yeah.
But you appreciate, you know, how tough he is, how he wanted to fight to stay in, and really 5 excellent innings pitched here from Walbert Urania. The Angels have to go to the bullpen. Urania out, but he hears it from the crowd. Orange step up to the plate, drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange, and by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. Toughness from Urania. He hasn't even put any ice on that. He's going to sit next to Jose Soriano and see Brent Suter get out of this jam with 1 on and nobody out here in the 6th.
Talking to Soriano, I love Alec Manoah being around too. He's a leader. The guys in spring training were always around talking with Alec Manoah how much of a leader he could be. It's good to see him throwing the baseball. We'll see you down Ranch Cucamonga tomorrow night.
For more on the bullpen and a great spread at Rancho, here's Erica West.
No doubt, Patio. There's going to be a packed house in Rancho tomorrow with Ben Joyce, Alec Manoah, and Kirby Yates all expected to pitch tomorrow. Alec Manoah, about 6 innings, 90 pitches or so. We talked to him before the game. He's feeling great. It was that nail that he had an issue with back in spring training. Remember that? We found out before the game today that it was because he dropped a weight on his finger right before spring training started. It's all good now. He's feeling great, so he'll be out there tomorrow. Ben Joyce will be making a 2nd appearance. We talked about on the pregame show. Velo was good, but for him, it's been over a year since he's been on the mound. So he was just trying to get that game feel back and figure out how it feels to compete again. Slow steps for Kirby Yates, but he'll be there tomorrow. What do you think the spread might be? Any predictions?
Well, Gooby would know.
Yeah, he's the pro.
Yes, he is.
No, not really.
You know that they're going to have to make it look really nice, and a lot of good grub for those youngsters at Rancho with the veterans coming in. Get the scorecard right for Kirby Yates though tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's be able to get that splitter going. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not worried about food. I'm worried about putting that food on the table for the Halos, getting those guys back in there dealing.
So Brent Suter now comes in. Hey, guess what? You get Juan Soto. And certainly we're going to get to the back end of this game where it's going to get crunch time. But you know, you got to take the reins off of these youngsters and go to the guys like Bachman and Silseth, and hopefully you get Joyce and stick with Zephyr John. It's tough when those guys have to go out there with inherited runners. There's been very rare occasions where they get clean innings to start.
Suter's certainly used to that too.
Yes.
And how important he is as a veteran leader down in that bullpen.
11th season. Already 17 innings out of the bullpen. Great presence, tremendous character for that bullpen, the youngsters out there.
Real close pitch. Remember, no more challenges. A little bit below the strike zone, so patient. See if you get him to be aggressive and roll one over to Adam Frazier.
The 3-1, and that's going to get through for a base hit. 2 on, nobody out, and that'll bring up Melendez.
Go back to the first inning for Urania versus Soto. It had to be a thrill for Urania to go after him like he did here. Sinker on the outside part of the plate, change up a little below the strike zone. Then he went back to another change up. Sinker, running action on the sinker once again. The change up, a great one, and then he runs a 4-seam fastball for the punch out. So impressive. Put that facing Soto first time, and you're a young kid like this, and Urania would not punch him out first time.
So disappointing certainly for Urania, who wanted to continue but left with an injury. Right now we'll give you a quick word from Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Biggest moment of the game is right here. So we've got pinch hitter as Austin Slater is going to pinch hit for Melendez, the DH. The lefty Suter, the veteran, the 2 on, nobody out. And a 3-0 game and a swing and a miss.
Slater had always been real good against left-handed pitching. But Slater versus Suter.
Quickly 0-2. Certainly don't want to give a team like the Mets any life. Scuffling in big-time way coming into this series. A 12-game losing streak already during the season. Worst record in baseball. Got to take care of them here in game 1. 2-2 is the count.
Big pitch. You have options now for Suter here. 2-2 count. 3-2 changes it up. So this is a big pitch here.
Fights that one off, stay alive. Count remains 2-2.
Real good arm action on that changeup. Sometimes when you see somebody throwing like that, you think a fastball's coming. It was a changeup. He was out in front, but he's able to make contact. That sinker, 89 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. 1 down.
I guarantee you he was sitting change up there. Sinker the pitch before. He's thinking change up. Got a sinker at 90. Got to buy him. So he was sitting, okay, I'm thinking change up. I'm going to stay back on that. And it was late. Good sequence by Suter and d'Arnaud.
Brings up Francisco Alvarez. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. On the corner for strike 1. Mets have 1 challenge remaining. Angels are out of their challenges. Oh, he chases that one. It's 0-2.
Fully committed to going after that changeup. Good one. Good arm action. And you would think I try another changeup a little bit further off the plate.
And that is up the middle for a base hit. Bichette rounding third. He's going to score. And it's 3-1.
He had him too. The right pitch. You see that changeup? It was upstairs. He just guided it.
0-2.
So that run will be charged to Urania. The tying run is at first base in Alvarez. They'll bring up Brett Beatty. Lefty-lefty matchup.
He was frustrated after that. He fell there. That was just a 69-mile-an-hour changeup, but it stayed upstairs. He was able to punch it back up the middle.
There's a ground ball. There's Shotwell. He slips, but he's going to get to the bag in time to get Beatty 2 down. Soto advances to third and Alvarez to second. So the tying run.
You wonder if Kurt Suzuki, and he is, going to go down and bring in Silseth now.
This Silseth has been warming up. This is a big spot. This is the high leverage spot right here with Marcus Semien due up. The tying run in scoring position. Taking a quick break, coming back. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Hyundai. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. And by the California Community Colleges, apprenticeships that let you earn real money while you learn real skills without the debt. Start now at ICouldGoToCollege.com. What a great crowd, what a great night for baseball kicking off this homestand. Great giveaway. Just perfect weather. But what a situation here for Chase Silseth. The chase rate on pitches outside of the zone for Silseth has been outstanding. Second and third, 2 outs. First pitch in there to Semien. Strike one on the sweeper.
Yeah, because he got the sweeper, he's got the split. You know he can get up there 95, 97. You got to stay within your mechanics and don't overthrow.
Already 5th season for Silseth in an Angels uniform. 0-2.
That was a nasty split. That thing seriously dropped a bunch. Now this side with Semien, you always got it with 2 strikes. He's looking to punch the ball to the right side, so be ready if you're Shonwell and Frazier on that right side. Whew, that was nasty.
Semien lays off that split. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Soto at third, Alvarez at second. Base hit could tie up this game. That's right up the middle. That's that base hit. Slowly hit. And that ties up the game as both Soto and Alvarez score. It is 3-3. A 2-strike piece of hitting by Semien.
Again, another pitch upstairs. I mentioned how good he is on pitches upstairs. Just right back up the middle. Short and quick upstairs. Just like that. And no decision for Urania. Looking for his first major league win.
And despite the struggles for Semien in a Mets uniform, he still finds a way to stick it to the Halos. Quick move over to check on Semien. Silseth has that great footwork, but on the bullpen again. Long way to go, 3-3. Carson Bench at the plate, 0-for-2. Top prospect, rookie season out of Oklahoma State, Stillwater. This is that magic number. Keep the Mets to 3 or under. 1-18 when scoring 3 or fewer, but 9-3, 4+. 1-18 mark, worse than baseball. And the runner goes. Sharply hit to Frazier. He throws across, he gets benched. The 3-0 lead by the Halos erased. It's 3-3. Long time, but a 24-game hitting streak to begin the season. 27th overall, but the second longest to start a season since 1940. And man, the NL Central, Gooby, is on fire.
Hey, I mean, every team is. I mean, again tonight, the Cardinals beat the Dodgers.
They are really
handily.
Yeah. Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. But yeah, but the Cardinals a big surprise this year. White Sox are going to be coming into the Big A and starting Monday. Murakami hit another home run, by the way. He's got 13.
Wow.
And they're leading the Padres. And Oscar Rozaban is the new pitcher for the Mets in a tie ball game. Feel bad for Urania. That's baseball, but man, he was in line for the W. But
I threw the ball so well, get hit with a line drive, and just did everything well. Even looking back at that line drive, it got him. The only thing that was good about that, and it wasn't a lot to be good about, is the fact he didn't have his weight on his leg when he landed. So his leg was still in the air when it was line drive off it. So maybe that helped absorb some of the line shot that was over 103.
We got Mike Trout at the plate. Right guy, right time, especially against the Mets. Highest OPS, minimum 50 plate appearances. Trout, top of the list above Lynn Musial, Lowell Langoliers. I was thinking about Stan the Man, the damage he must have done against the Mets back in the day.
Azabon fastball firm, 95-99, slider changeup. Good pitch right now for Trout. The drive. We had one there too. A little sinker to stayed in the inner half. Still amazing. What, Stan the Man had the same amount of hits on the road as at home?
Incredible.
That's unreal. 18-15 at home, 18-15 on the road. That's impossible.
You cross paths with him?
Got a chance to see him, yes. The nicest man.
Trout chases the changeup. He strikes out for the second time tonight. He'll bring up Moncada with one away. Ninth strikeout for Angels hitters. Jose Fermin is up at the bullpen for the Angels. Moncada 0 for 2 with 2 of the 9 strikeouts, and it's 0-1. Angels have been playing without a challenge since the 3rd. Softly hit, Bichette going back, and he makes the play. It's 2 away, and that'll bring up Jorge Soler. Let's see, flashback, not too far. First inning, Soler power. He just absolutely destroyed this baseball.
A sweeper, he was able to play, and that got out in a hurry. That's how strong he is. 21 straight games on base, 7th home run, 25 RBI on the season.
Career high on base streak is 23, so he's at 21. A great start to the season. Trying to do some damage on the sinker. It's 0-1. Take it all the way on that changeup, 0-2. Angels led 3-0. And the Mets have tied it up at 3. With the Bichette line drive off of the leg of Urania, knocked him out of the game.
Really, the only baseballs hit hard against Urania all game was Urania, both of them. And he allowed 2 hits.
Both 2. Bichette, one off the glove of Moncada. The play could have been made. That's a fair ball. Long throw by Bichette. He played that one perfectly on the bounce. And a 1-2-3, 6 for the Mets. .com/auctions, the official source for game-used Angels memorabilia. Bid on exclusive items like hats, baseballs, jerseys, and more by visiting angels.com/auctions today. A clean-shaven Zach Neto. Where's his Ducks playoff beard to get that one back? A 3-3 ball game, and Jose Fermin is on the bump in relief. Massive game for the Halos, having lost 6 in a row. And the Mets now with some confidence, having tied up this game. Saw Fermin in Chicago. Good inning. The first pitch skips past Darno. Slider 1-0. Wry smile from the face of Fermin.
Has a good slider. Sometimes it even works. It looks like a splitter. Can run that fastball mid-upper 90s too.
Two and 0. Taylor 0 for 1 with a walk.
You get those kind of swings when you fall behind 2-0. That was a pretty good hack at it. Had to go after him. Means best pitch is slider.
Well, some young arms in the bullpen for the Angels. Obviously, the road trip, all that damage against, all those runs, all those hits. May as well let them go out there. I mean, heavy velocity in some of the arms out there.
Yeah, and a lot of swing and misses. Generally, when you think about bullpens and how they're made up, they're the need for swing and misses out of the bullpen, because you come in a lot of times with runners on base. Contact made, a ground ball can get through a hole, and then next thing you know, it's a couple runs scored.
Zach Neto there. Remind everybody to stick around for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Hyundai. Look around baseball, fill you in on some of the scores. Late innings here at the Big A on a Friday night. First of a 6-game homestand. 3 with the Mets, 3 with the White Sox. Shawnuel, Adele low, bottom of the 7th. Lefty Brooks Raley is up in the bullpen for the Mets.
96 from Vermeen.
Mauricio hit into a ground ball and a fly out 0 for 2. That is hit really well and gone. Mauricio, he gives the Mets a 4-3 lead. Didn't see that one coming, and he did not miss it.
He's had a couple good swings too. That was 111 miles per hour off the bat. Just like that, the Mets are leading the game, first home run of the season. And another pitch elevated. So far in this game, all the hits, for the most part, elevated. Especially that last half inning. It's a pretty quick bat. Went 421 feet.
It's the massive swing put on that baseball by Ronnie Mauricio.
We even talked about it in the pregame show. This guy at the plate, even though the numbers aren't there, his success against the Halos is there. 311 batting average, 2 hits a day. And you can see a lot more confident swing right there from Bo Bichette.
Last season, Bichette with the Jays hit 311, 44 doubles. So second in the majors in batting average and 2 baggers. Like these great hitters, by halfway through the season or by the end of the year, you look at the back of the baseball card and they've got the numbers. And his dad, Dante Bichette, a halo. There it is. I thought it was 45s that he was curling. It was 40s.
I'll never forget that too. I was in the locker room a couple different times, and that was around there. I said, hey, he's strong. I know that.
It's quite a tank top. Did he? Yeah, it's spaghetti strap tank top. Does he cut it himself, or do you buy it that way? Well, it was the 90s. You could find
ready for wrestling at that point.
Sure, I have one like that. Didn't look as good, though. That's a strikeout. Takes care of Bichette. There's 2 away, and here's Juan Soto.
He's a very patient hitter, but this might be one of those times where he's geared up to be able to be aggressive early. Down by 1 already, you cannot afford to fall behind by 2. He's got that kind of power.
$15-year mega deal that Soto signed with the Mets. Extended his own on-base streak. With a walk in the 4th and Singleton scored in the 6th. The big knock, the single with 2 outs by Marcus Semien to tie up the game. Awkward swing on that tight slider from Firmino with 2.
And that slider goes a couple different directions depending on how Firmino delivers the baseball. Kind of an uncomfortable swing there by Soto.
He's on the IL with a calf strain. Same injury that has Lindor on the shelf.
I still wouldn't go in that inner half. It almost feels like he would be looking in there and setting them up.
Go-ahead home run by Ronnie Mauricio, first of the season.
His last at bat, he had a pretty good shot at center field to get the Trout round down. So he had 2 pretty good swings in a row. After hitting him with a double play his first at bat. See that swing he had on that slider there.
They check. No swing, full count.
Got to be pretty strong to hold up on that one.
Frazier's there. Takes care of Soto. However, it's the Mets with the lead on the home run. Time now for our Hyundai 7th inning stretch. Let's take a look at the home run. $44 at the Big A. For more information regarding the Toyota Friends and Family Fun Pack, call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com/funpack. Little light show going on here at the Big A. New pitcher, the lefty Brooks Raley, 13th game. Facing Nolan Shonowell, Joe Adell, and Josh Lowe. So 2 out of the 3 left-handers playing the matchups.
Impressive strikeout percentage too. I mean, his fastball 86 to 90, but he's got a good curveball, slider combo, and changeup. Been around a long time.
Softly hit to the second baseman, Semien. And he takes care of Shonowell for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll bring up Joe Adell. One swing could tie up this game. And a bit of a letdown, certainly, to see that 3-run lead squandered. To see Urania leave this ball game. Needs something to wake up this crowd here.
Doesn't throw a lot of first pitch fastballs to a right-handed batter, but see if he does here with Joe. And he did, and threw a little cutter sweeper. Although one count, he'll throw a changeup quite a bit.
Really 37 years old. And quickly 0-2. The Eagles have seen quite a bit over his career. 19th appearance versus the Halos. With an ERA of just over 2. Oh, just going fishing is Joe Adell for the second out in the bottom of the 7th. Right now, a quick word from the California Community College.
Start your future at a California community college. Enroll today and apply for financial aid at icangotocollege.com.
Per Suzuki going to the bench. Pitch hitting for Josh Lowe will be Oswald Peraza. Tight sweeper there from Rayleigh, 0-1.
Peraza's got enough power in that bat to tie it up, though. He's been swinging the bat exceptionally well all season long. Especially if he gets something middle in. He can turn on it. If they're coming in with something. Tied him up, though.
Angels are really struggling at the plate. A 1-2-3-7. Baseball history as we flash back to Rickey Henderson, one of the game's all-time greats, stealing his 939th base to break Lou Brock's MLB record.
I am the greatest of all time. Yes, he was.
He sure was.
All-time great guy, too.
You tried to find a way to hold that baseball and keep him from disrupting the game.
Oh, I'll tell you, he was, I have no problem saying probably top 5, at least top 10 all-time baseball players.
So exciting.
Just ask any pitcher that ever faced him. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but if you walk him, it was a triple.
Nick Sandlin is pitching now in relief for the Halos. Now trailing 4-3 as the offense has really scuffled here tonight. Mets pitching have retired 15 in a row. So Peraza remains in the game. He's now at second base. Frazier moves from second to left. Austin Slater at the plate. Ground ball, fair ball. Moncada came up with it quickly, but off the bag, and that's going to be a base hit.
It's interesting watching Slater going down the line. He was making a turn as if he was going to try to go for a double. He calls it out. If it's on the bag, he might have gotten him at first base. Right over the bag in fair territory. Definitely was fair. You see how he's already turning, thinking he was going for a double. Then all of a sudden, he goes, oh, I got to go straight through the bag.
Yeah, nice pickup there, Gooby. Moncada at least able to get to it and keep it to a single. Here's Francisco Alvarez. Top 8, Mets up 4-3. They have quieted the crowd here tonight. Game definitely changed when Urania got knocked out. And the Bichette line drive off of his leg.
Boy, he was throwing the ball so good.
It's a tough break for the Halos. As Urania tried to stay in the game, but certainly don't want to make it worse. He's got adrenaline that's going to swell up. And certainly, hopefully, he will be okay. We'll get more after the game. Angels line post. Sinker in there, 1-1. The Mets pitching is only going to get tougher in this series with McLean and Holmes Saturday, Sunday.
The home plate umpire. Shot by both.
Yeah.
Both catchers helping out the umpire.
Some nice respect for Ben May behind the plate as the home plate umpire.
Been real good when you think about it, pretty much the entire game too. A couple of challenges against it, and all three of them going against himself, and Ben May was right. Ooh, wow, straight back off the mask right away. Travis d'Arnaud grabs him, make sure he doesn't fall back.
Both catchers there in support of May. They want him on his side, obviously. Check swing. 2-2. Nobody out here, top of the 8th. Full count. Big pitch. Brett Beatty on deck. There's a ground ball. Neto charges it. 6-4. 3 double play. Big 2 outs right there.
You go back to his 6th and 7th inning, and you see some of the pitches here that were elevated. That line drive back up the middle. Pitches upstairs. Even that changeup, Suter had him right, set up perfectly. Still set up the middle, and then that fastball upstairs. Mauricio jumps on that one against Fermin. So pitches upstairs. I always felt pitches upstairs, you get a better chance to make contact, get it in the air. At least get it through the infield. Pitches down, chances are it's going to be hit on the ground. It could still get through the hole, but it's going to be hit on the ground. And never throw anything upstairs against Marcus Semien, by the way. He is so quick upstairs. Now Suter's pitch, he was designed, he wanted that change up down. He threw 2 great ones before that changeup was elevated. Just got a little bit around it. The right pitch, it didn't quite get it where he wanted to throw that one.
Missing your spots, game of inches, but also the count, right? You get a favorable pitcher's count, and be extra careful to not get anything up in the zone to a great hitter like Marcus Semien. Just put him in play, got it through, tied up the game. And Mauricio's home run is no doubter. Sandler now behind Beatty, 3-1. Two-out walk. That's a killer. And that's going to bring up Marcus Semien. We'll give you a quick word from Kia. And Semien's base hit that tied up this game in the 6th inning. Eight, 9-1 for the Angels in the bottom of the 8th. Luke Weaver expected to come in the game. Runner is on the move. The throw from d'Arnaud just off the bag. That's going to be off the bag. He's
Good
out.
job by Peraza keeping that tag applied. Sure, the Mets going to check.
Beatty beat the throw. The throw was off the line, but he slid off the bag. Oh, they want to challenge. All right, so hold your horses.
See if he did indeed reconnect to the bag. Certainly worth a challenge if you're the Mets.
New York is challenging the out call at second base.
Big jump. It looked like his foot's still touching the base there, though, even though his hand's off the bag. I think there's a chance this could be overturned, and he's going to be safe here.
Somehow able to, the flexibility to get that foot back on the bag. Ooh, I don't know. If for a second maybe the toe just drifts off the bag, Gooby, and forget, right, the call on the field is out.
That's a better angle there. You see the foot a little bit off the base, though. Maybe enough to keep it at call stands.
I agree.
The foot was off just barely. Even though it looked like it was initially reconnected, and there it is. It's on the base, but there's a slight separation shortly thereafter.
When does Peraza's glove come off of his arm? Also could play into this decision.
I still think there's a chance it's going to be overturned.
A chance, but I hope not. And it's certainly the other angle that will give us the best look, but it's given New York certainly some time to check this. Not a quick challenge.
Usually when you think it takes that long, it might end up being, hopefully it'll be a call stands.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. New York loses their challenge.
There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see if a little momentum goes the Halos' way as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Stream the entire season within the Angels territory for just $99.99. Watch games at home or on the go and stay connected all year long, subject to national exclusivities. Visit angels.com, angels.tv for details and start streaming today. Angels.tv. Well, we got a pinch hitter here to lead off this bottom of the 8th for Travis d'Arnaud. Von Grissom going to be coming in.
Yeah, he had an incredible road trip, including hitting his first career home run as a Halo. Some Angels in the outfield here. We need some help.
Absolutely. Pitching now for the Mets is Luke Weaver.
13th game already this season. Fastball. Be about 93, 97 with a cutter, curveball, changeup.
And coming over from the Yankees. A 6 ERA. Angels have not had a base hit since the first inning.
When you think about it, it's been a season-long struggle at home, swinging the bat.
15 in a row, retired.
Change that all around, get on base here, create some havoc. Brady Anderson looking on to see that offense get going.
The bench, it's just different. It's stronger this year when you look at two guys ready when called upon, and Oswald Peraza and Von Grissom.
They've been really, really solid. They play great defense, and they really swung the bat very, very well.
OPS of 939 for Grissom. So I'm really coming through on the road, just picking up all kinds of extra base hits, including his first home run as a Halo. Behind him the count 1-2. And that is in there. Paint from Weaver. Down goes Grissom looking, and there's one away.
Boy, he was looking secondary pitch and got that express right on the inside corner.
11th strikeout for the Halos tonight. It's Adam Frazier. Hey, bloop and a blast. See some contact. Let's get a base knock. Draw a walk, something.
The top of the order coming up. So important to have some traffic for the top of the order here. Especially when you think it's the 8th inning, you might not get a chance to get those guys back around. So you got to get something going here.
Ryan Zefferjohn up in the bullpen. I'd love to see him on for a save situation.
A lot of changeups for the lefties.
Full foul once again on that changeup, and it's 1-2.
Got to sneak that fastball just like he did against Grissom, but that time above the zone. Mr. Contact trying to get on base here to Adam Frazier.
Souvenir on the upper deck. Wave breaks out. Sellout crowd looking for something to cheer for.
It's a nice job, but it's fouled that one off. That was a tough pitch. I think Frazier was looking change up, just the way he reacted there. That's all you can do. It's a perfect pitch. You fouled it off. Now you have a chance to get a mistake. Got off a tough changeup. Got right off of Alvarez too. See how he just turns over that changeup. It's a real good pitch. Good job of just fouling that one off.
No protection there other than his massive thighs. Alvarez behind the plate. Give him a little time to recover. Frazier just taking some deep breaths. Big moment. Halos down a run. Bottom of the 8th. And Weaver gets him. Back-to-back Ks. 2 down. Top of the order, Zach Neto coming up. It's 4-seamer and changeups from Weaver, and he is on. It's almost like this good pitching has been contagious tonight. Christian Scott, he was the starter going 5. They've turned it over to the bullpen and really shut down the Halos. Azabon, Raley, and now Weaver. To the tune of 12 strikeouts.
Been a struggle just getting base running. The last Halo to get on base was Zach Neto. He was hit by a pitch, stole a base, stole third, and an errant throw results in a run. That's it.
That is it. Turned on that one, but pulled foul. Counts 1 and 2. Just find a way to get on for Trout, who's on deck.
Got to be aware of that breaking ball right now. He's got one.
Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 714-4-ANGELS for more info on the ticket package that's best for you in 26. Pick the games and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 714-4-ANGELS. Big discussion between Alvarez and Weaver.
Long discussion there.
Had the count 1-2.
A lot of times the pitcher, you don't want to slow down. You wanted to keep throwing, and this is, for me, it's an advantage for Zach Neto, regardless of what pitch he's going to throw. Because now you're able to gather your thoughts. You slow down a pitcher who was in a great rhythm. He struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. Well, you feel with the fastball there, it's going to be something off speed, whether it's his changeup, goes back to a cutter.
Stayed away from the changeup so far to Neto. The 2-2. Ground ball right to the third baseman. Bichette has it, throws out Neto. And a clean 8 for Weaver. another legend. This one, Nolan Ryan, his 7th and final no-hitter.
He was 44 years old.
Insane.
7th career no-no. 44 years old.
7
The Express.
no-hitters for Nolan Ryan.
And off the top of my head, I think 19 one-hitters too.
Insane. Incredible. What an amazing time it was for the Angels when Nolan Ryan was just dominating here. Breaking Sandy Koufax's record for strikeouts. Was heartbroken when he left to the Astros. It'll pop up from Simeon. Neto going back. And he's under it. Sandler remains in the game. Sebastian Rivero is now the catcher. There's one away. Keep it right here. Mike Trout going to lead off. The bottom of the 9th inning. Angels offense has gone cold. Carson Bench followed by Tyrone Taylor. Devin Williams up in the bullpen. Gooby looking like he will come in to face the Angels and try to pick up a save for the Mets.
Another great changeup too. We also know somebody hits a changeup really well, and that'd be Mike Trout.
Right back to Sandler, 2 away. Taylor's 0 for 2 with a walk. Hit to left field. And playable. Frazier makes the catch, and here we go. Late close. This is the situation you're looking for. Mike Trout leading off. Angels down 1, bottom 9, coming up on ABTV.
And going back to Hyundai Key for the game today. Home sweet home. Got to find a way to be able to win this game and walk it off here at home. Last time we showed it was home sweet homer by Soler. Hopefully that's the same kind of result with Mike Trout coming to the dish.
Trailing 4-3. Mets have retired 18 in a row. Trout has faced Williams before. Does have a hit, 1 for 1. Really has been a struggle for all the Mets pitchers out of the bullpen. Williams, he has 2 saves, but an ERA of 8 in 9 innings.
There's a walk in his game also. And Trout, we know that.
Yes.
Could do that, but looking for some extra base hit damage here for Trout.
One-run game here, bottom of the 9th inning. Mike Trout versus Devin Williams. Ball 1.
Showed a fastball first pitch. Almost can guarantee a changeup coming up.
Sticks with the 4-seamer, paints it 1-1.
Just barely touching that outside corner.
Center fielder Taylor really shading towards right center for Mike Trout.
They are playing extremely deep. No doubles defense. There's that arm action on his changeup. It's as good as anyone's in the game, even though the numbers don't say it so far this season. That's about as good as a changeup you're going to find from the right-handed pitcher.
Two balls, two strikes to Mike Trout, leading off the bottom of the ninth. Check swing, check on it, full count, no swing. Pencil it in, full count for Mike. Ooh, very, very close.
And he usually throws a changeup 3-2.
A swing and a miss and a strikeout. 19 in a row retired for the Mets.
Another changeup.
We'll bring up Yoan Moncada. That's defensively playing Moncada to pull the baseball.
Again, no doubles defense in the outfield. To take that single to bring Soler up, to walk it off potentially.
Would we ever? The outfield playing straight away, infield shaded towards the right side. Reminder to stick around after the game. Hopefully breaking down a victory. Angels Live postgame, which is presented by Kia with Erica Weston and Langer. Mark Langston. Pulling some double duty over the radio booth. Fly down to the field to join Erica. 2-0.
Still not going to give in. His best pitch is his changeup. He still threw another changeup there. Even when you look at 2-1 counts, it's about 50-50 proposition. I think he still might go back to his changeup.
Looking to tie up the game there, but a swing and a miss, and it is 2-2. And another strikeout, 2 down, back-to-back Ks, 14th strikeout with Jorge Soler coming up. We'll take you back to the first inning. A big blast, Soler power.
That was a sweeper upstairs, hoping for now a changeup upstairs, maybe.
Jorge Soler right now our Toyota player of the game. 25 RBIs leads the game, the team. Let's get 26.
That was kind of in it, worked in his zone, that changeup.
And it's 0-2. Angels down to their final strike. It's the Mets trying to seek a victory, few and far between. But a ground ball to the shortstop and a scoop at first, and the Mets retire 21 Angels in a row to end the ball game. Take this series opener. It's a 4-3 victory.
That's a tough one again. We said that a lot on this past road trip and a number of times this season, but Rainey was pitching so well, fell apart. Sometimes 3 runs is enough. Things didn't work out there in the end, so you just got to move forward as quick as possible. That's another one that's going to hurt because you had a chance to win this first game of the series.
That's 7 losses in a row for the Halos. This one definitely stings. Back to wrap it up right after this.